Good morning, dear students. Before the Diwali break, we have finished up to the functional group and what is the functional group and types of the functional group. We are supposed to do it today. So, let us start with different types of functional groups. First, the groups containing carbon-carbon multiple bonds. Right? We know that carbon-carbon consists of multiple bonds, double bond, triple bond. So there are three types of carbon-carbon multiple bond function group. The first is alkenes. Alkenes have double bond. Alkanes have single bond. Alkenes have double bond. So alkenes contain carbon-carbon double bond. All compounds which are having carbon-carbon double bonds come under the category of alkenes. They all have similar chemical properties. The next is alkynes. Alkynes we know it is having triple bond. Alkenes and alkynes are the unsaturated hydrocarbons. Saturated hydrocarbon is alkane, where all the bonds of the carbon is fulfilled by hydrogen. So they are all single bond. But here double bond, that means saturated hydrocarbon, where the addition of hydrogen or other element is possible. Here triple bond, right? So here carbon is containing carbon-carbon triple bond. All those compounds which are having carbon-carbon triple bonds are under the category of alkynes. They show the similarity in the chemical properties. And the third type of the group which is having multiple bond, they are the arene groups. Alkane, alkene, alkyne you have learned somewhat in 10th standard, but arenes is a different thing. Arene is a compound which contains at least one aromatic ring, or we can say one cyclic ring. See here, right? Which is having alternate single bond. This is single, this is single, this is single, and you see this is double, double and double. So alternate single and double bond are there. There is hexene ring, and the first example here is the benzene. In the classification we have learned about benzenoid and non-benzenoid compounds, right? Now the second is the groups containing different elements like oxygen, sulfur, nitrogen along with the hydrocarbon series. So first is alcohol. We know because few functional groups, nearly 5 functional groups we have come across in 10th standard: alcohol, carboxylic acids, esters, right, aldehyde and ketone. Now let us see some more here. The first one is alcohol, which is having OH group, which is also termed as hydroxyl group. Here oxygen is attached to the hydrogen and the whole group is attached to the carbon series, right? And that carbon series is represented by R, which means alkyl group, right? What is alkyl group? Alkyl group, that means a group which is having one hydrogen less than the alkane group. So this is the first attachment, that is the alcohol group, or even we can say hydroxyl group. The next is the alkyl halide. See here it is again alkyl. R. R stands for alkyl. Alkyl, it means one hydrogen less than the alkane. And when that alkyl is attached with the halide, then the group becomes alkyl halide. So carbon when attached with the carbon, that means here if we say CH4, then 1, 2, 3 and 1, 4. But here instead of fourth hydrogen, halogen group is attached. So this is alkyl and halogen, alkyl halide, right? So it can also be represented as RX, where R stands for the alkyl, methyl, ethyl, propyl, butyl, right? So here carbon is attached to the halogen. Also in alkyl, one hydrogen is less than alkanes. We know methane, CH4, methane. But now instead of 4, if it is CH3, then it will be methyl, and H will be replaced by any halogen group, where halogen group member may be fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. The next is aldehydes. Aldehydes is having CHO group attached with the alkyl group. It shows CH double bond O. Here OH is, in alcohol it is only OH with single bond, but in aldehyde it is OH double bond. Right? This is the bond presentation. How the bond presentation is done? C double bond O and CH. But in a chain, if we are representing, then this is represented as CHO. See, as I told, in alcohol, carbon is attached to OH with single bond, and in aldehyde, carbon is attached to OH with double bond. This we are in need to keep in mind, because when we will learn and we will start giving the names in nomenclature, then by mistake CHO, if double bond is there, we have to give aldehyde name, and if it is single bond, then the name will be given in the terms of hydroxyl group, or that we can say that is the alcohol group. The next is ketones. So in the keton, the central carbon consists of double bond O, keto group, and on the either sides are the alkyl group. These alkyl group may be same or it may be different. Right? Here carbon with double bond attached with oxygen is in the center, and on the other side is alkyl group. The attached alkyl group may be same or different. If different, then the representation is R, R dash. It means they both are different. The next is carboxylic acid, COOH group. But in a normal chain, when we write COOH. That's okay. R alkyl group and COOH. But normally it is C double bond O, and one carbon is attached with OH. Right? So here carbon is attached with oxygen by double bond and OH by single bond. So the chain representation is COOH attached with the R, that is alkyl group. If hydrogen or hydroxyl OH group of carboxylic acid is repressed, then derivatives of carboxylic acids is occurred. What is here? That if hydrogen or hydroxyl, that means if this OH, either this H is replaced or complete OH hydroxyl group is replaced, and some other attachment is there, then we will get the derivatives of carboxylic acids. So again, these are the few subgroups. They are not considered, derivatives of the carboxylic acids are not considered as the main function groups, but they will be the sub-function groups attached to the carbon chain with the main function groups. Right? Now let us see the derivatives of carboxylic acids. First is amides. Amides, that means R alkyl group, carbon double bond O, and hydroxyl group is here replaced by amine, NH2, amine group. So amine group when attached with the alkyl group and C double bond O, then this becomes the derivative of carboxylic acid, that is amide group. Right? Here the hydroxyl group OH is of COOH, that is carboxylic acid, is substituted by amine NH2, which exists as amide group. The next derivative of COOH, that is carboxylic acid, is carbonyl chloride. So now this OH is replaced by chlorine, right? And the functional group becomes carbonyl chloride. The third derivative is esters, esterification. This also you have learned in 10th standard. Soap making, right? The process of making soap and detergent is also called esterification because they give a specific type of peculiar smell. Esters is the group which gives a specific smell. Sometimes we can say a pleasant smell. So What is esters group? It is again only the substitution of hydrogen is done here. Complete hydroxylic group like amide and carbonyl chloride is not there. Here only hydrogen is replaced by the alkyl group. These alkyl group may be like this same or they may be different, RR dash, right? And so these are the three derivatives of carboxylic group. So now we have the main group after carboxylic acids, the sixth group. This is the ether group. Now in ether, here you see carbon is in the center and either side alkyl group is there. But in ether, oxygen is here and on the either side alkyl group is there. Actually both the name resembles esters and ethers. And their formula is also nearly same, so we have to be very careful. Here also alkyl group may be similar or they may be different, right? Methyl may be there or methyl ethyl may be there. So similar RR or different R dash. This is the ether group. The next group is amine. As I told, with the subsidiary groups along with the main group, the derivative has attained. So amine here is now a functional group. Here amine was subsidiary group and main group was C double bond O with alkyl attachment. So it is amide. So amine here, halogen here, right? Alkyl here, these are the subsidiary group. Now here it is the main functional group, NH2 amine group, right? So we can say them actually because they doesn't NH2 is not containing carbon here. It's not hydrocarbon series, so we can consider that it is not main functional group. It is subsidiary group attached to the main group, that is the carbon chain, and that is why the dash is kept here. This dash it means it is the attachment to the carbon series. See here also nitrile group, C triple bond N. This is the nitrile group, or sometimes it will be considered a cyanide group also. It is also the subsidiary group, not main group, and it is attached with the carbon chain. The next is nitro compounds. It is NO2, same, not functional, main functional group, subsidiary, attached to the carbon chain, main chain. And the 10th one is the thiols. Thiols are the group which is attached with the hydrogen and sulfur, and it is also not main functional group. It is a subsidiary group attached with the carbon chain. So these are the few groups which we have to keep in our mind for the nomenclature. So then after functional groups, one thing is their homologous series. This also you have come across in 10th standard. Homologous series, that is the difference between two consecutive, or we can say the difference in the molecular mass, difference in the molecular formula of the respective hydrocarbon in the consecutive is CH2 in the difference, right? Let us see here. Series of compounds having same functional groups is considered as homologous series. A series of compounds which have same functional groups. If we consider alcohol, then we will consider all alcohol. Aldehyde, then all aldehyde. But when they are having a similarity, then that complete series is termed as homologous series. The consecutive members of the series differs by the CH2 group, right? So with the increase in one carbon, 2 hydrogen increases. So here I have taken example of alcohol series. So let us see the first alcohol, that is 1 carbon, methane. But here instead of 4 hydrogen, 1 hydrogen is replaced by hydroxyl group, that is alcohol group. So it is methyl alcohol, C1. Now here you see difference by CH2 group. Instead of 1C, we can say 2C here. So instead of 3 hydrogen, 2 hydrogen should increase. So 3 plus 2, 4, 5. This hydrogen is not with the carbon chain, it is with the hydroxyl group. One more difference here, CH3, CH2, one more CH2 differs by CH2. If you will proceed further, then the consecutive members will differ with CH2 group. Now let us see the characteristic of homologous series. All the members can be represented by the same general formula. We know what is general formula. If I say for alkane, CnH2 n plus 2, right? Alkene CnH2 n and alkyne CnH2n minus 2, right? Now let us see here alcohol group CnH2n plus 1 OH. Here N stands for carbon. Now let me consider that suppose this N is carbon 1. So here 2 ones are 2 plus 1. It will be 3. So CH3OH. Same thing. Let us proceed C2. So here it will be C2. Then H2 into bracket 2. 2 2s are 4 plus 1 5. So it will be C2H5OH. This is the compact formula I have written. C2H5OH. Let me write in a expanded form. So it will be CH3. Now again another C and 2 more H. So CH2. C2H5OH. Right? So consecutive members, or we can say two successive members, differ by a CH2 group. And if we say in terms of mass, then 12 carbon and 2 hydrogen. It differs by 14 atomic mass unit by each successive members. All the members of the homologous series have same chemical properties, but their physical properties show some general gradation. What type of general gradation? Which we have learned in third chapter about periodic table. Going in a period towards right or coming down top to bottom in a periodic table. What happens? Melting point changes, ionization and energy changes, enthalpy changes, right? So such type of gradation is differed, whereas chemical properties remains the same. So here as we proceed, or the number of carbon exceeds C1, C2, C3. So as the number of carbon increases, that boiling point increases. This is the change in the physical properties. They all can be prepared by same general methods of preparation. In a series I am talking, if alcohol series will take, then their general method of preparation will be same. If acid, then their method will be same. But if we consider alcohol and acid, then their method will be different. See here, alkyl halide, alkyl group and halogen group. So when reacts with potassium hydroxide, what we will get? Alkyl OH, that is alcohol is prepared and potassium halide is separated. Now here R has to be changed, as it may be methyl halide, so we will get methanol. If it will be ethyl halide, we will get ethanol. If it will be propyl halide, we will get propanol. So similar series of the functional group, their general method of preparation will be similar. Only the requisite amount of the reagents will differ as per the number of the carbon and hydrogen in the respective main reactant. So this was about the functional groups and homologous series as characteristic. And next comes the nomenclature, that is the Namkaran Vidhi. Nomenclature means naming of any compound. Here we will talk about organic compound. In the later, that is in your 12th standard, you will learn the nomenclature of the coordinate compounds, complex compound, complex salts also. So the very first system to give the nomenclature is termed as trivial system, or we can say a common system of nomenclature. This common or trivial system is based on source from where the compound is available, or what is the test of that compound, On that basis, the names are given. For example, urea. So, urea is the name given to the compound NH2CONH2 because its source is urine of the mammals. So, from the word urine, urea has existed. In the same way, methyl alcohol, CH3OH, which is also considered as wood spirit. These are the names which was given earlier. These are other names which are given by IUPAC later on. So urea, wood spirit. Wood spirit, it means the liquid which is available when the wood were burnt. And that is why methyl alcohol is considered as wood spirit. The next is formic acid. Acid which is present in the stings of the red ant. And red ant, as per the Latin language, are called formica. So, the saliva of this formica, that is red ant, consists of acid which is considered as formic acid. Same methane. Methane is considered as Mars gas because this gas is produced in the Mars areas when the dumped areas is there, marshy area, which you can see where the mud, water, dry leaves, all remnants of the plants and remnants of the dead bodies of the microorganisms, all where they are dumped. There the gas which is produced, that is a Mars gas, which is also termed as biogas because it is available from the biological products, right? Biological reactions. And so this Mars gas is then termed by the IUPAC as methane. You know what is IUPAC? It is International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry, right? So IUPAC is given a nomenclature by certain rules in 1979. But IUPAC Society was established in 1947 in Geneva, right? Whenever India got freedom at that time, the IUPAC Society was established in Geneva, and after the establishment in 1947, later on in 1979, the rules of the nomenclature were given. So, in the next video, we will see now the rules of the nomenclature. Few rules you have already learned in 10th standard, but all other rules which are still left, we will learn in this year, that is the 11th standard. Thank you.